when it comes to AMC, usually any news from a business perspective, all right, any earnings or numbers around a movie usually doesn't move the stock price that much. But I want to share with you something here when it comes to what is happening or started happening over this last weekend, and can actually give you a better indication of why, even though the share price has been dropping lately, for the last weeks, is definitely not the time to cash out yet, because that time is coming and may come even sooner rather than later. What am I talking about? Well, maybe you heard this, maybe you're not, but Batman soars in biggest box office debut of 2022 so far, because this is just the beginning, all right? Movie theaters operator got another boost this weekend with the release of Batman. Even Aron tweeted this. Whoops. Having just announced AMC 2021 earnings 2 days ago and doing CNBC yesterday, 2021 is absolutely top of my mind. Of course, it is currently 2022, not 2021. The Batman is the biggest movie event so far. Well, if you look at the numbers, Batman is doing quite good. Around the world internationally, we already have a global box office sales of $250 million. But this is really the first movie to be released only in theaters for the studio since last year, instead of debuting simultaneously in theaters and on streaming HBO Max platform. It will eventually end up on HBO, but however, the thing is, it is really the first movie to be released in theaters. What does that mean for AMC shareholders or AMC stock? Well, it confirms again the narrative and the story of AMC as a company, all right? 2020 bears, meaning short sellers, were jumping on AMC stock, and back then it kind of made sense, all right? But in 2021, and earnings are showing that no, it doesn't make sense anymore. It doesn't make sense anymore to be short AMC stock or to short AMC stock. And as we are starting 2022, and this is the first movie to be released only in theaters, it means there is a huge demand. Huge demand means more money for the company, but more money in terms of movie, but also even more money in terms of the extras. What are the extras? Popcorn, drinks, food, recreation stuff, etc., etc. So as we have much more people going back to theaters, and I can remember you in 2021, I'm not 2021, but is it 2021? Yeah, the whole year, 60 million people went back to theaters. 60 million people. 60 million people. If one person of those 60 million only bought $1 or $2 worth of stuff when they went back to movie theaters outside of the tickets, that's already $120 million. But of course, $2 is even less than the smaller portion of popcorn that you get at AMC. You kind of see where I'm going with this? Well, it means more money, definitely more interesting earnings. Interesting earnings means additional buyers, because everybody wants to actually make sure they want to invest in something that was going to return a lot more money on the capital invested. And this is critical because so far in 2022, everything is just bad. Everything is just red. Everything is just negative on the stock market. First of all, it was COVID, and then COVID was kind of already, okay, we are navigating this, and then boom, inflation. And then inflation, the Fed already, was kind of making sure they're addressing it, and then boom, we got hit again with the war in Russia. So when will it end? That's the question investors are asking themselves. But because of that, it creates a demand for stocks like AMC, stocks that has the potential to return you 20 times minimum, or 50 times, or 100 times the money you invested. And that is why this is a bull case for people already holding AMC. But more importantly, as few and next buyer come, well, it can definitely add to the list of big catalysts to actually corner the short sellers and push them to cover. Again, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it happens. The big question is, will you still be holding when that happens, despite these whole ups and downs? Only you have the answer.